The Buckeye Association for Auto Racing is proud to present the Super Pro Series, the crown jewel of late model racing in the Ohio Valley. Today, the series heads to its final race in the Buckeye State today. It is the Race Pro 100 at the Midvale Speedway for the 9th race of the 2016 season. Sitting on the Pepsi Max pole for the second race this season, Lucy Barnton for Aerosport Racing with Angelina Hawk on her outside as the green flag waves, and we are underway for 100 laps here at Midvale. Lucy Barnton gets a good start heading into turns 1 and 2, and she will clear the one car for the lead, but right behind them, the 11 of Frank Denny Jr. and the 02 of Jennifer Duke get together in turn 2, bringing out the first caution of the day on the very first lap. Very unusual for the 5-time champion to make a mistake like that. Can't really tell if the 02 got loose or if the 11 got tight, but either way, the end result is the same. However, nobody else gets into the 02, and she's able to continue on without a problem, although she will be now at the back of the field. The green flag comes back out, and Lucy Barton gets a good start over Angelina Hawk, and Star Banner gets to run underneath of the one car for the second position. As you can see, the caution lights are out once again, only this time it's for this. The 99 of Roy Warren blows an engine coming to the restart, and that's going to bring out the second caution of the day on lap number 6. So after this race went caution-free last year, we've already had 2 cautions in the first 6 laps. So pretty slow start to this race. In the meantime, Lucy Martin leads the field back to the green flag now with Star Banner right behind her in the second position. But after that little finagle on the start, the 11 of Frank Denny Jr. gets a good start here as he gets underneath his teammate Angelina Hawk for the third position. And then coming down the backstretch in the turns 3 and 4, he gets a run underneath the 16 of Star Banner as well to take over the second position. So move Frank Denny Jr. from 4th to 2nd in 1 lap. Great start by Denny Jr. Again, despite the finagle on lap 1 in turn 2. The 40 of Bridget Dusublin, she's had 8 starts this year, 2 wins, 5 top 10s, and she is the current points leader after winning at the Ohio 300 a couple weeks ago. But she's now under challenge from the 7 of Samantha Welch. That is for the 4th position. But a pretty big surprise that Dusublin is now the points leader, in spite of the fact that she has no sponsorship. We got a 3-wide battle here for the 10th position as the 8 of Ashley Elliott, the 97 of Bill Jones, and the 3 of Buddy Swanson battle for that spot with Ashley Elliott taking over that position. The former points leader still running in second, but is just 2 points behind the car that's in front of her right now, the 40 of Bridget Dusublin. Meanwhile, your current race leader, Lucy Barnton, has had a pretty good season so far with 5 top 10s. No wins so far, but she's had 4 top 5s and is currently 3rd in the championship, just 11 points behind Bridget Dusublin, and is currently leading the way right now and leading a lot of laps, which if she does lead the most laps, that's 3 more bonus points, which considering where she is in the championship would be huge. But she's got the 11 car Frank Denny Jr. breathing down her back for the race lead, and there's Star Banner in the 3rd position. She's currently down in 14th in the point standings after winning the opening race at Langley, and she has 4 poles but only 3 top 10s. Not of her own doing though. She's had back-to-back last place finishes due to mechanical issues, engine problems as it were on the 16 car. So hopefully they've gotten those straightened out for the stretch run and try to get her back into at least the top 10 of points, considering that her championship run has been sabotaged by back-to-back engine failures. The 42 of Trey Zavala, one of the rookie drivers, as we reach the 1/4 mark, is currently in the top 5 right now in the 5th position. The 94 of Daniel Evans running right behind him in the 6th position, another rookie contending for the Rookie of the Year title. Zavala, with just 3 top 10s this season, is 15th in the point standings, although he's had some decent runs, including a top 5 run at South Boston earlier this season. This is a brand new team, Nemesis Incorporated, and we don't exactly know what their plans are for 2016. Neither do we know the plans for this team, Rossini Sport, with Samantha Welch, who's not necessarily had a good season, currently down in 18th in the point standings, but she does have that 1 win at Belle Isle. So Not exactly sure what her plans will be, but hopefully she'll be back here in the BAAR Supercross Series next year, as well as the 42 of Trey Zavala and his teammate Liliana Machado. As Samantha Welch continues to run in the 5th position, or actually the 4th position. On lap number 30, the battle for the lead begins to heat up as the 11 of Frank Daney Jr. gets a run on the 2 of Lucy Barton as they start to come up on the back markers. First of which is the 02A of Justin Fontaine. And Daney Jr. will take over the lead for the first time today. He's currently searching for his record 49th career win. And he's made it known that he would retire from the BAAR Supercross Series if he either gets his 50th career win or his 6th championship, as the battle for second heats up as Star Banner takes over that position from Barton heading down the backstretch, as they are now within all of these lap cars in front of them. But Barton not willing to give up that position so easily, as a couple laps later she gets a run back underneath the banner to retake the second position. I think Barton's getting a little bit sick and tired of being up at the front but not being able to take advantage of it into the victory lane. She was leading with 2 laps to go at Louisville, but smacked the wall a couple times on the ensuing restart and ended up 4th, and that was pretty frustrating on her part, as Banner battles back to the inside and once again takes over the second spot from Barton. So these two battling back and forth for the number 2 spot, and not necessarily a bad thing, as the 11 of Frank Daney Jr. is not necessarily getting away. He's still stuck among these lap cars, including both Barton and Banner's teammates, believe it or not. The 3 of Buddy Swanson, which is right there, and the 24 of Valerie Forge, who had to start from the rear of the field today, her third and final time, for penalties incurred at Kalamazoo. And assuming that she doesn't have any more problems, she'll be able to maintain her starting position at the next race at Grand Detour. As we go on board with Lucy Barton, looking ahead at her 2 main competitors here in this race, the 16 of Star Banner and the 11 of Frank Daney Jr. Daney Jr. is now being held up by the 40 of Richard Sutherland. Her car is not working all that well, and that's certainly encouraging for the 2 of Barton as she's battling for the point lead. On lap number 53, just past the halfway point, Star Banner gets a run on the 11 of Frank Daney Jr. for the race lead. So, very competitive race going on between these 3 drivers as Banner takes the lead for the first time today. Frank Daney Jr. currently in the 2nd position, and Lucy Barton in the 3rd position. They have checked out from Samantha Welch by over 5 seconds right now as we start to get into a long green flag run, which this track is known for. Barton has a run back underneath the Frank Daney Jr. and takes the 2nd position away. So Daney Jr. dropping back into 3rd. Now lap 69, Barton catches back up with the 16 of Star Banner. What was once the battle for 2nd is now the battle for the race lead, as Barton gets a run in turns 3 and 4. And she's really determined to try to get the race win here today, especially with the championship within her grasp, and takes over the race lead in turns 3 and 4. Here on lap number 70. There are rumors suggesting that she might be moving up to a national touring series next year. She has been in talks with Desert Star Autosport about that, so it would be sad to see her go, but we certainly would wish her the best if she manages to ink the deal with Desert Star Autosport, as the 11 of Frank Daney Jr. has a run underneath Banner down the backstretch once again to take over the 2nd spot, and Barton slides up a little bit high in turns 3 and 4, and that's going to open the door for Daney as he goes down into turns 1 and 2. Barton tries to shut the door but can't quite do it. Daney Jr. has a run on the inside and is able to push the 2 up the track a little bit, and he will have the preferred line in turns 3 and 4 and will take the lead once again as they start to close in on another group of back markers. These 3 cars, the 11, the 2, and the 16, have really checked out from the rest of this field. And there you see that giant gaggle of cars in front of them. They've really put the heat on. Just these 3 drivers right here. I mean, that's also what happened last year in this race, as the 2 of Lucy Barton gets a run back underneath the Daney Jr., not willing to give up the race win that easily, and she actually leads there at the line as we have 25 laps to go. We reached the 3/4 mark, and they have over 10 seconds over 4th place Samantha Welch. So these 3 cars right here, Lucy Barton, Frank Daney Jr., and Star Banner, Three top-notch teams. They are setting a torrent pace right now in this long green flag run. As I said, the race last year went caution-free, and after 2 quick cautions, this race has been green ever since as Banner gets underneath the 11. And there you see it. This is the battle for the lead and the race win, as it were. These 3 cars right near each other here in the closing stages of this race, and also battling amongst the lap cars. There's the 88 of Chuck Darling, the 1 of Angelina Hawk, the 42 of Tracy Bob, the 71 of Hunter Blaze, all amongst these drivers as we close in on 20 laps to go, and they have a nearly 11-second lead on Ashley Elliott, who's now in the 4th position, and the 66 of Brad Brinkley, who's looking to keep his top 5 streak alive. But right now we're focusing on the battle here in the top 3 as Danny Jr. has a run underneath the Banner for the runner-up spot, as Barton has gotten away just a little bit. These 2 are battling side by side down into turns 1 and 2, and it looks like Danny Jr. he does have the preferred line, and it looks like he will clear the 16 car in turns 3 and 4 to retake the 2nd position. As we go on board with Danny Jr. as he tries to catch back up with the 2 car for the race lead, and there you see that whole gaggle of cars once again looking to throw a bit of a monkey wrench into this whole thing, as these 2 will battle for the race win here in the closing laps. Danny Jr. of course looking for his record 49th win. Lucy Barton looking for her 2nd career win. On lap number 85, Danny Jr. finally catches back up with the Aero Sport machine and has a run underneath the 2 car for the lead once again in turns 3 and 4. These 2 have been battling pretty much all race long, along with the 16 car. But right now it looks like Danny Jr. is going to have the advantage, coming to 15 laps to go. And Danny Jr. with the run down into turns 3 and 4, the 2 tries to come back but slides up the track a little bit. And Danny Jr. once again the race leader here in the Race Pro 100, as he now has the 10, and there's the 8 of Ashley Elliott, who's in the top 5. So they put a lot of the field a lap down. There are 22 cars, and they've lapped almost all the way up to the top 5. In the closing stages, the 94 of Daniel Evans gets into the side of Jennifer Duke, sending her into the grass, and she comes right up in front of traffic, including the race leaders, in turns 3 and 4, but fortunately nobody gets into her, and brings out the 3rd and final caution on lap 91 after a long green flag stretch of 80 laps. Green flag comes back out with Danny Jr. in front, and he has a couple of lap cars in between himself and Lucy Barton, the 24, the 8, and the 52. Barton tries to fight through the lap cars to try to get to Danny Jr., but it was too little too late, as the rest of the laps would merely be a formality at this point, as Danny Jr. takes the white flag. As mentioned before, he will be retiring from the BAAR Supercross Series once he gets his either his 50th career win or his 6th championship. Today he takes another step towards both, as he comes off the final corner and sees the twin checkered flags. He wins the Race Pro 100 here at Midvale Speedway for his 49th career victory and his 2nd of 2016. Lucy Barton has to settle for 2nd. I'm sure that's pretty frustrating for her, considering she's been trying to get a race win here this year. Star Banner comes home in 3rd, so a nice rebound. Samantha Welch, top 5 today. Brad Brinkley keeps his top 5 streak alive. And then 4 street rookies, Daniel Evans, Bill Jones, William Brock, and Liliana Machado, and Robert Burton rounds out the top 10. It's been a while since we've seen him in the top 10. And here are the point standings. We have a new point leader. Lucy Barton takes over the championship lead. Ashley Elliott remains in 2nd. Bridget Sutherland finished 15th today, so she drops to 3rd. Brad Brinkley in 4th. Bill Jones still the top rookie. Winton, Danny Jr., Burton, Warren, and Star Banner round out the top 10. The next race for the BAAR Super Pro Series will be heading to Illinois for the Fabricators 75 at the infamous Death Bowl, the Grand Detour of Western Illinois. Thank you for joining us today. I'm color commentator John Lyndike, the voice of BAAR, and we'll see you next time.